Welcome to the Maude Labs podcast, the Maude Debrief.
This is your smart girl's guide to anything branding, marketing, business, and life. All right, girls. Oh shit, no. Introduce yourself. I'm sorry.
We need to keep that in.
Keep that
in. Go, introduce yourself.
I'm Tin, CEO and co-founder of Maude Labs.
I'm Victoria. I'm the Chief of Growth of Maude Labs.
I'm Monica. I'm the VP of Business Development.
And we're the Powerpuff Girls.
And we are the Powerpuff Girls. All right, so let's just, for the audience, introduce what our company is about. Tin, can you tell us what is Maude Labs and how did it start?
Okay, so Maude Labs is a global personal branding and transformation lab. We focus on holistic transformations for leaders and executives and creatives all over the world. So we do anything branding, marketing, events management, as well as community building. We have a lot of events. We have retreats and workshops as well to kind of like give back to the community and just empower more women.
Awesome. So another podcast, right? Like we see so many podcasts online. Yeah. Why did we decide to start one?
I think it was because we didn't see conversations that we wanted to hear, or the conversations that we were having with, whether it be between the three of us, with our clients, at our events, with the community that we're building, were conversations that weren't put out there, at least here in the Philippines, at least. You know, I feel like no shade to anybody else in the podcast world here, and maybe I'm speaking for myself, maybe there are people out there, but I personally haven't heard a female-centric podcast that was zoning in on marketing, on branding, on business, but still keep it fun. I feel like that's still us at our essence, right? Like, we get shit done, but we're still having fun.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I feel like in this day and age, there's always space for everyone in the industry. I know I've heard a lot of like people say not everyone needs a podcast, but I feel like the things that we're gonna say in this is needed.
We do. We need a podcast.
Yeah.
We are hyping up this episode, aren't we?
Okay, so V, you are a life coach, and of course, you are our Chief of Growth.
Yes.
How do you juggle both, and what does growth look like for you, and what do you envision for Maude Labs in the future?
Girl, it's so many questions.
Like, there's three. Let's start with the first. How do you juggle both being a Chief of Growth at Maude Labs and also being a life coach? Because a life coach is like a full-time job as it is.
Yeah, you know, I try to bring my skills to every single job, and I think with coaching, it's a lot of listening, it's a lot of probing and asking questions, basically deeper questions, right? So how I manage it, to be honest, is time blocking. I really have why are you laughing? It's so true.
She's the queen of Google Invites, you guys.
I'm the queen of Google Invites. I am the person saying we have to start now.
Even brunch or schedule.
Even lunch, everything is so scheduled in my life. But it's for order, right? And it's also to protect myself from overwhelm. It's to make sure I have also a balanced schedule. So with Maude Labs, essentially, I work during the day, and when I coach in the evenings or I coach on weekends. So your second question was, what does growth look like, right? Sorry.
As our Chief of Growth, what does growth look like to you?
So basically, growth in the company or in a person is always overcoming their limiting belief. I believe that when we are growing up, maybe there's some beliefs that were instilled when we were younger in terms of your capacity of what you can achieve in life, whether it's success or happiness or even just what you want to be as a person, like your identity. And I think that also translates to us as a business. A lot of people didn't expect that in Maude Labs we would have international clients in our first year. Like, that's a limiting belief that we're breaking, that we have to struggle here for a few years to prove our worth and then go global. So we actually broke that limiting belief in terms of our growth. But it also applies to people. Some people believe that they need to do all these things to prove they're worthy. But at the end of the day, it's discovering their own self-worth, what they deserve, and feeling that they can receive it and that they can achieve it, right? So that's the through line that I see with the company in Maude Labs of what we are doing in terms of empowering ourselves, right? Do you guys remember how many calls we got on in our first few months? And we were so
I remember joking
nervous.
to Tin, like,
Yeah.
I don't even have time to go to the bathroom. Like, in between calls, it was like back to back to back to back. Like,
And
when do
it's
I
like,
pee?
and it's like an hour and more.
Yeah.
Now we have discovery calls for like 20 minutes.
I've got the deck down to under 10 minutes.
Yeah, girl. So it's the same. It's in the sense of like when we first started doing something, it took us a while. It was a bit uncomfortable. We were talking to all these clients around the world, and as we kept practicing, things got easier, got faster, got more efficient, and we became more confident. So there is a through line in coaching and in business, right? And in Maude, how we're growing is just, I think for us, just breaking our limiting beliefs, what we can accomplish as women, as as leaders, and growing from the Philippines.
Yeah, I think just diving deep on the limiting belief. What is your limiting belief, Mon, that you feel like you've outgrown at Maude?
I think a lot of like, I can't do this. Like, this. Like, there's so many things where like, nope, that's not me. Like, we always joke that I'm like the resident people person, and I have a harder time, I think, with the more behind the scenes stuff, I think, is where I struggle. And I think I've gotten better at managing those tasks. And I think too, just being out of my box and just not afraid of going up to someone and pitching and talking about our product. And again, getting over that cringe or like, yeah. Right? That like, oh, maybe I shouldn't, maybe it's not the right time or place, but like honestly, and you guys laugh at me, but like I will pitch someone in the bathroom. Like,
Yes,
She has done that.
I did that
done
this
that.
morning.
She has done that.
We've been in the
bathrooms,
shower,
yeah.
inside the bathroom, where bathroom stalls individually, not together.
No,
Individually.
we're not that close. Not yet.
But like, I've heard her say, oh, so your CEO is like in this cubicle, and then our chief of growth is actually in this cubicle. You should come to our event. And I'm like,
Yeah. And
and
we're just like conditioning our
Yeah,
hair,
yeah.
and we can hear Monica.
I pitched someone this morning, and I was in a bathrobe naked in the locker room of my gym.
sometimes she's pitching while in Pilates class,
Yeah. I mean, for me, I just feel like something too, and I culturally is that cringe and hiya, but if the opportunity is there, grab it, right?
Agree.
Okay, so Tin, for you, I want to dial it back a little bit. So as you were building Maude, so for those of you who don't know, I'll repeat it again. Tin is our CEO. V and I are her backup dancers. She's Beyonce, who's Michelle, who's Kelly. What was your vision for Maude?
I think when we started Maude Labs, I started this with my co-founder Giselle before, and she recently passed, right? Love her, bless her soul. When we were trying to build this, we always wanted to build something we wanted to be a part of in our younger years, right? Like a company that actually believes and empowers more women. I've been in the e-commerce industry for in the marketing industry for over a decade already. So it's more of like building campaigns, building brands, and the never-ending cycle of hustling,
Yes.
And at one point, I just felt like I was making money out of things. I was making people buy things they don't need with the money they don't have. I mean, we are in a third world country, and with my skill set, I wanted to be of service to people. So that's the core of Maude.
Okay.
My turn.
Go.
Monica, are you ready?
Let's go.
All right, you are a fitness instructor and you have a family business in luxury art. What are some of the insights you bring from your multiple hats
My multiple hats.
to Maude Labs?
I think I just take a little bit of everything. Like, I think I bring a little bit of Maude to my teaching. I bring a little bit of like my family's background into my fitness and vice versa. I think that with everything that anyone does, right? Like, we're all multidimensional. You can pick and select different traits that you need for those things, different skills. And you'll see that actually through any industry and a lot of different roles, they're not that different. Right? At the end of the day, there are skills that you need, whether it be people skills, learning how to deal with different relationships, knowing how to speak, knowing how to pitch, organizational skills, etc. Except time management is a huge thing between all of my different things. I'm tired just thinking about it. But I think everything that we do is related. right?
Yeah, it feeds off each other.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's also a resident, like, she's the master of, like, whenever it's about taste or when it's about, like, anything looking good or pretty, she's a
Oh, I had a full-on meltdown earlier, and Via had to full-on.
parent you.
She had to life
The coach
me.
in me came out.
Yeah, so
And
she
I was
had
like-
to. So bringing in like that, like sometimes maybe I need a little pick me up, or Tin needs some,
Yeah.
assurance, and V is there to help us, and she brings in that life coaching skills sometimes, or even with our clients. Honestly.
Okay,
Just the
so
ground.
let's talk about that. How do
Yeah.
we bring our skills to how we handle clients? Like, what makes us different?
Because I feel like our different backgrounds
Yes.
we've all been in the marketing industry, but we are in the different facets of marketing. So I'm more of the data girl, analytics. Of course, again, she's in PR, she's in luxury marketing, so she's the people person in the three of us. And for you, you've been
I just make you feel safe. I just ground our calls.
no, I feel like you've led different lives though, like
Yeah.
many
I
have.
lives.
I
I
have.
keep saying that like Veet keeps dropping like random nuggets of lore here and there. I'm like, who? What? You did what?
It will come out in phases as I'm unpacking my past.
There we go. Google
It'll
her.
be the Justin Bieber
Just
Coachella
Google-
version
Yeah.
of me.
An Eras tour.
Of me and my inner child.
Just Google her, guys.
Yeah, Victoria
Everything.
Herrera, 2009.
In the club.
Oh my gosh.
I think okay. Going back to that. So
Okay.
you are an experienced professional, and again, you've led many different lives. You built a company, you wrote a book, you built a community with She Talks. And at this point, what can you say is your biggest takeaway in your career that you carry?
Oh my
now?
god, I didn't read the questions. It's in my hand and I didn't even read my questions. I think the biggest takeaway for me is okay, not that I was perfect at this, okay, for 20 years, because I started working when I was 18. Sorry, no, 16. I started working when I was 16. So it's been over 20 years, right? And what I've learned... Age reveal, which I'm actually proud of. I have no limiting belief around my age. I actually realized that it's really about the people. It's about the people you work with, the people you build with, the people you feel safe with, in front of the camera, behind the camera. Everyone is I don't want to say family because that can be like misleading, but everyone is really like a community. And we all want to do amazing things, whether it's a retreat or whether it's, a website or a conference, or in the past when I used to do parties and that sort of thing. I feel like we all just have the same goal, and it's really working together harmoniously. Again, I didn't have a lot of, perfect experiences in the last 20 years, and there's definitely a part of youth that came in and immaturity at one point, and my unhealed inner child. But I feel like as I'm growing older, I also realized one thing. It's not that serious. There's so many things that we think are so, right? I have said that. Like, I don't care. And it's because
Kung ayaw mo, diwag.
It's the freest.
it's
Honestly,
the freest
yeah.
energy,
I
right?
know, like, just to share, I was talking to my boyfriend last night, and he started a new job yesterday. And he was like, it's so weird coming from, like, he was turning over his files and teaching someone, when he was leaving his previous job. And he was like, wow, I cared so much, and tomorrow it's like all gone. I was like, and that makes you rethink about it, right? Where it's like, okay, obviously you have to care about your job, right? But I was talking to him about, like, maybe don't let it affect the other parts of your life necessarily, right?
Yeah, I feel like
Boundaries.
at one point in our lives, we've made our job our life, and that's like the first lesson that we have to learn.
Right?
That everything else, like a job is one aspect of your life. Don't let it be the center of everything. Because at the end of the day, like, I've experienced a lot of grief for the past few years, and what matters more is family and your loved ones, and like spending more quality time with them. Because at the end of the day, you have 24 hours a day. How many hours of that do you spend at work? Do you spend with family? Do you spend with loved ones, right?
Yeah, and I look back at so many projects and I think of the stress that I experienced at the time, and looking back, I'm like, it wasn't that serious. Everything was fine at the end of the day, you know? And I think sometimes we put so much importance in getting things perfect or getting things, you know, to look a certain way, to be a certain way. But it's like, for what? Like, if it's good, or if it's a good event, or you're happy with it, or you're happy with the project,
Yeah.
I started to find that fulfillment versus being paranoid.
Okay, perfect segue to the next question. So, Tin, as a business owner and a leader, how do you juggle life with Maude and other things that you have to juggle?
That's a difficult question because right now I'm still trying to learn how to juggle, because from being in corporate, from being like a senior manager, a director, head of like digital marketing, etc. That's like 4 levels down to becoming a business owner and CEO. So it's like a whole new level of dedication that you have to have when you're building a business. So before, I already mastered trying to, okay, so I don't reply after a certain amount of time. Like 8 p.m., goodbye. Wow, 2016 me would never. But like, and then transitioning to a business owner phase, it's different because like everything is like on the line. It's not like just you. You have to think about the people that you're with, your employees, your colleagues, and everything in between. So, like, the pressure is very different. So, juggling is also different. Like, for now, I try to have at least one good thing for me in a day. So, and Monica's put me into this. Like, I work out for an hour for a day, and that's like my stress relief. And it helped my mental health so much because sometimes I'm about to cry and I just need a good workout.
Oh no, we were fully in a hot Pilates class yesterday, and like a lot of stuff was happening at work, and I think she and I at some point like just locked eyes and we're like, okay, like we got this, we're here, let's just
pulse.
yeah, just
pulse
in the heated room.
in the heated room.
If life gets hard, guys, just pulse.
Just pulse it out.
Literally pulse
Just
the
pulse.
booty.
So, like what Tin mentioned, Monica has influenced us in our health and wellness. We both started taking care of our bodies more because of Monica's example.
After a year.
It took us a while, to not be addicted to our laptop and get ourselves out of the house. But I just wanted to ask, why is, energy level so important to you? How do you feel like it affects your work?
I feel like if I don't get a workout in that morning, you guys will notice
Yes,
a big
I
difference,
have
a drop
noticed.
in my energy. I'm the type of person that like energy begets energy for me. Like if I work out in the morning, I get myself right. I say this, well, V hasn't taken my class, but Tin has, and I say this at the end, and I'm like, thank yourself for getting your mind out of your head and into your body. So I feel like I focus on just seeing how I'm feeling, like taking stock of how I'm breathing, where's my mind at that day, and I feel like it just centers me. Like I'm not a yoga type of person, like I'm not a namaste kind of bitch, but I like I like an intense workout, right? And I feel like when
She does.
when I do those things, I feel like everything else in my life it's clearer for me.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to have a follow-up question.
Go.
You said a lot of people are in their mind, but bringing it to their body.
Yeah.
How, like,
I guess it's just like getting into that like flow meditative state of like sometimes I'll be stressing out about something or like anxious, and it'll just feel, heavy in my head where, a lot of like limiting beliefs or repetitive thoughts, and then I get into a really hard workout where I have no choice but to focus on my breathing, no choice but to think about how is my body positioned, how is my
Your
heart
form
rate,
and everything.
exactly. And then when I go back to those things that are making me anxious or making me stressed, it just seems so much clearer.
did you guys notice that I actually didn't ask a follow-up question? I just said a line, and then I looked at Monica, and then we locked eyes, and then that's how we work together.
We're really a throuple.
We're We're psychic. Telepathy.
Okay, so Maude Labs is all about personal branding, right, you guys? Can we talk about what it really is? I know we get this a lot when we pitch it to people, especially here in the Philippines, but can we talk about what that exactly is and why it's important?
I think for personal branding, it's important because in this day and age, again, people trust transparency and authenticity the most, right? So, the people behind the brand usually, if they resonate with the values of the founder, if they resonate with the values of one of the members of the team behind the brand, they would immediately be drawn to the product, right? So it's very important to build the person behind the brand right now, because it's not just about like marketing and hard selling stuff. It's about building trust in a community that will sustain your business.
Can I give an example? Like pop culture related. So, like, I don't know if you guys follow Alex Earl.
Yes. I do.
Okay, so she just launched her skincare brand last
The acne
week.
one.
Yeah, Real Actives,
Yeah.
right? And everyone was like, "Oh, we don't need another celebrity brand, right? Another
Yeah.
skincare brand. Like, really, like I'm the I heard
Yes.
you tell someone I'm the queen of overconsumption. Yes, I am. But we don't
Yes.
need another celebrity
She is.
brand,
She is,
right?
She is. I
But-
don't know how.
but
how
here's
she
the thing.
finishes a product. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do though. But the thing is, she sold like over $5 million worth of product in like 12 hours, some ridiculous number like that, right? And when they were talking about the strategy behind what she did, Alex Earl as a brand is, if you go back to the very start of when she started popping off, she was talking about her acne journey.
Yeah.
And then she brought them along to like, I'm going to a dermatologist. Videos of her literally crying over her acne. And it wasn't, it didn't feel staged. It didn't feel like it was something that obviously, how can you fake acne, right?
Yeah.
So when she came out with her brand, it felt like a natural progression. Like it wasn't just like, oh, she's doing a swimwear brand because she's hot. You know, it was something that solved a personal, highly personal and emotional need for her.
Yeah.
So I think when it ties to personal branding, it's people can smell it when it's fake, right? From like a mile away.
And people can smell it if it's just another money grab.
Exactly.
Right.
Another thing though, I have to say about that term money grab, because a lot of people were throwing that at Alex
Yeah.
Earl, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's a difference between, because at the end of the day, come on guys, every business is a money grab. Like no one's putting up a business to like not make money,
To lose money.
right? But
Please don't.
Please don't.
I mean, unless you have like a bajillions in the
Like,
bank.
must be nice.
Must be nice to waste money and
Can't
throw it away.
relate.
Can't relate.
Relate.
Good for
But
you, girl.
people, I think, can tell when you're just doing this for the sake of like greed.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the thing is, you have to find your value as a person, I feel, and connect it to what you want to do in life and like help it come out. Like a product will come out with you and your values. Like there's like a billion people in the world and there's a billion problems that we need to solve. There's space for everyone.
Yeah, and I think that one of the things that we also tell our clients in Maude Labs is that we're here to build your credibility.
Yes.
Right? We're not an agency people go to go viral massively or, you know, be popular. It's really more about being the most credible thought leader in the room, that when people are looking for your service, they know who to look for. And in our country, we want more of the professional thought leaders, right? Or even creatives, just people who we know are super dedicated to their craft and their business and also deserve that visibility.
I agree. I agree with you.
It's authority. We're an authority
Yes.
builder. That's
I
it.
like. Can we start putting that in our calls?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, I have these like we have. It's so funny when we do our discovery calls, which is what we call when we onboard clients. I've noticed between the three of us, we reuse the same like phrases
Over and
over and
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Whether obviously like the way we present is different, but there are certain lines, and I'm like, I got this from V.
Well, I was thinking about it a lot, right? I was like, there's really a difference in terms of authority and the
Yes.
energy of that respect versus like something that's just everywhere, but you're not really sure if you can trust it.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, it's not just creating thumb-stopping content, but also creating content that will resonate with your audience in the long run.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the long game.
It's a long game.
Okay, let's move on. Why is self-awareness, you think, essential in building a brand?
I think you
I
can.
love that they like looked at me for
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
Go to the life coach.
Yeah, good life.
I think a lot of things, right? It's knowing yourself. It's knowing your why, and it's knowing why now also.
North Star.
Your North Star, which we'll talk about in another episode. But it's really about the self-awareness, because that clarity will help you make decisions with peace and confidence.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where if you don't have self-awareness, or you're doing things because it's trendy or someone else told you to do this, sometimes you might not feel that commitment and conviction to it. So we sometimes would have clients that ask everyone else for their opinion before, they can make a decision. But when we have clients, or even ourselves, when we're very, very clear about our why, who we are, our values, and what we stand for, we're so clear. I keep repeating myself. We're so confident in the messages we're putting out because we know ourselves.
Yeah. I think the reverse of that too is that sometimes, and I don't know if we've really dealt with this yet, but we have to rein people in sometimes and be like, if their goals are like, we want to be super viral and everything, it's like, hold on, like maybe and V's talked to us about this. It's not about leaping, right? It's about building that ladder.
Yeah.
So again, it's about self-awareness of like where you
So
are
proud.
now, right?
Building that ladder. That's your phrase.
Yeah.
Life
Because,
coach. Blank.
here's the thing. Here is the logic behind it also. Anything new or out of your comfort zone will bring up fears.
Yes, 100%.
So we understand that, and I think what's great about us as an agency, like patting ourselves on the back, is that most of the time we see our clients also have their fears show up.
Yes, 100%.
Right? They have these fears of not being good enough, or rejection, or am I too mayabang? So even us as agency partners, we hold space for them, and we help them on that journey to get to the next step in that ladder. Right? Because sometimes if they jump and it's so overwhelming, we could encounter self-sabotage or resistance, So it's really about how are we also supporting their growth mindfully.
Yep.
Yeah. I think as an agency, I've worked with a lot of agencies in my past, so I know the process of like having a lot of revisions with clients, and how we kind of like deal with that is how we mentioned, how we talked about earlier. We kind of like ground the client first with what they want clearly, before we do anything, and try to be in their minds. Think like how they would think. Is this something, be in their shoes basically, like is this something that they would resonate with? Because at the end of the day, the brief in text is different when you talk to the client.
100%. So different. And I feel like we always say that when we get to know our clients, it's almost like we're dating them, because we have to really get to know them on like such an intimate level, especially when you're dealing with someone's personal brand.
And it's a lot of vulnerability that you're handling, right? And we're not taking any call with a grain of salt. Like we really are intentional. Everything they say, we have deep care about.
Okay, so what's a common...
So hire us. So hire us.
Maudelabs.com.
Discover at maudelabs.com.
What's a common misconception you think people have about branding?
It's just aesthetic.
Yes.
I think people think it's just your colors.
People just think it's like your logo, and that's it.
And that it has to be perfect all the time.
It has to be pretty.
Or that it can be done in like a week.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that it has to look ugly. Sorry. Because I said it has to look pretty. I was like, oh wait, it doesn't mean it has to look ugly.
It's fine. You can say that.
No, I meant in the sense of like, I think I sent there was like a portfolio of different types of companies, and I sent it to our chat, and I said, do you feel like branding sometimes looks repetitive across different companies? And I think the reason why I said it wasn't to shade anyone. It was really because I saw that there was a lot of priority around aesthetics, and I'm like, that's beautiful and great, but I didn't feel depth, right?
Yes.
I didn't feel
or intention, or like,
I didn't feel.
or what I
the
appreciate
soul.
with our clients is that they let us in so much that we understand their journey, and we're able to bring the elements of their journey into their future, right?
Yeah. And that's the thing, is you have to be open. You have to be open to be able to let other people into your headspace.
Being vulnerable.
Because that's another, it's another topic, and a courage on its own, right?
Yeah. See, people come here for branding and marketing, but we also said life. Vulnerability.
Wow. Okay, guys, what is one word to describe the energy we're bringing into this new chapter?
I would
One
say
word. Just kidding.
Groundedness.
Oh my
Wow.
god, I was gonna say the
That was
same
going to be your
word.
word. That was my word. Groundedness.
Groundedness. I was like grounding. I was gonna say
Yeah.
grounding, but now I have to think of another word. Humility.
Me, it's fearlessness. I feel like all of us have to go, like, get out of our box of limiting beliefs, inner child. No, I'm kidding. But like past traumas, things that we've dealt with at previous jobs, maybe things that we've told ourselves before that we weren't able to do. Like, I know doing a podcast is so out of my comfort zone, even if I am the resident yapper of the company.
You are. You are.
She is.
But I feel like half
Sorry.
the things I'm saying is like cancelable. So that's my fear. So fearlessness, I think.
I think for me, humility, I said it because at the end of the day, you have to be humble enough to acknowledge that you need help, that you need other people in the room to, like, help you show up in the best, in the most authentic version of yourself.
Yeah, I think groundedness because there's a lot of things going on in the media space, social media space, event space, and sometimes we can think of a lot of things to do that maybe look great, but it isn't core Maude DNA. And we
Yeah.
always go back to the drawing board. We're like, is this Maude Labs? Okay, and if it is Maude Labs, do we want to do this now? Do we want to do this next year? How is our bandwidth? How is our capacity? How is our team readiness?
Oh my god, that's too
Right?
real.
It's too real because
No, we dealt with that, guys. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'll just be open. Last year when we were planning this year, we were like, okay, we had so much energy because we had so much synergy, so much growth last year, and I think we want to do this, and this, and we're
we're
like,
gonna
hold
take over
on.
the world.
For real, right? But I guess it took some humility on our part too to be like, okay, you know what? Just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we had the recent Maude method
Yeah.
about strategy of self-care, and like now we have the weekend for preventing burnout.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you have to balance it out. How do you sustain something, your energy?
Yeah.
Because if you do so much in such a small amount of time, then you burn out.
Yeah, she's also constantly telling me to chill out.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so if Maude Labs had a mantra or guiding belief, what would it be?
I don't know.
Mantra or guiding belief?
I don't know, girl.
Ano ba to?
Changes every day.
I don't give a... No, really, it really...
No.
I don't think there is
I think
one...
it's more of kung ayaw mo, wag mo.
Kung ayaw mo, di wag.
Ayaw mo, di wag.
But I honestly think it changes every day because, like, when you were talking about the intro earlier about what we do, I was like, wow, we do a lot.
Yeah.
So I feel like we wear so many different hats per day. Like today it's a podcast. Tomorrow we're preparing for a retreat. Yesterday it was sales. The day before that it was client work. So I feel like how can we have one defining thing when we do so many things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything because I feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
And that is it, guys. That's the wisdom line.
What can listeners expect in future episodes?
More mod.
I think more behind the scenes of like it's not just about again looking pretty or like establishing. It's not 1 to 100. We're going to from 2 to 99. Basically,
Yeah.
like
Whoa.
how did we go from this to this? We're gonna take you through the behind the scenes of all the founders, your favorites, and we just can't wait for our guests.
Guests, more conversations about branding, workshops, what it's like to be a founder. I'm not a founder, but you are. I
What
think
it's like to be an instructor, balancing
what
another
it's
life.
like to be a girl with just so much going on. I think,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and
I'm
just,
just a girl.
we talk about everything from personal branding to personal development and just our real stories, our real journey going through it because it's not always an easy day. But here we are. We still show up.
Never, guys. I feel like easy days are few and far between. Let's be real.
I feel like it's strengthening us. And then someone told me this. It's like, when you're hiking and you get to the top of a mountain, then you look up and it's like another mountain.
That was literally me last week. I
Listen,
don't
it's
want
like-
to do this.
It's like, I feel like in Maude, like, our first few months was getting our name out there, talking to clients globally.
Oh, we would talk to anyone and everyone who would get on a call with us. Like,
Yeah.
we probably had the same conversation, the same pitch deck 1,000 times over. I'm not exaggerating. It
Yeah.
felt
And
like
we
that.
would revise the deck. We had hours in the morning, we had hours at night, and then our next chapter after that mountain was our events. We did the Maude method, we did the Gilded Escape. We did our Gilded Escape dinners, right? So that was another mountain. And then this year we have another mountain. So it's
So
always
many wow, we're hikers.
just keep climbing.
Keep climbing.
Just smile and keep climbing, girls.
But yeah, I think it's all about the journey.
The journey.
It's The Climb, Miley Cyrus, Hannah
I
Montana.
want to say something about Justin Bieber because
Oh
of
my gosh,
Yeah.
for those of you who are watching, we're recording this right after Coachella. So we're all in Bieber
Yeah.
fever. I don't know about
Bieber
Bieber.
fever.
I know, I'm not, but I'm here for you.
Spoken like a true life coach. I'm here for
I'm not, but I'll hold space.
Or a while ago, I was having a meltdown. She was like, I feel so ugly. And she goes, you're not, but I respect how you feel.
Yeah. I was like, okay, we're going to give yourself like 30 seconds to feel this, and then we're going to move on.
Yes, Mom.
So I think you've gotten to know us at a pretty personal level today, and that wraps up our first episode of the podcast, and we can't wait to see you more.
Bye.
Bye.